Hi there, everyone. Welcome to the marketplace with Uchonoche this evening. It's a wet day here in Port Harcourt. I hope that it's not this wet wherever you are. This is the coastal region of Nigeria, and it rains all year round. It can rain on Christmas Day. That is the kind of weather that we have here in Port Harcourt. But it's all good. We thank God for life and having a city to belong in. So welcome today to What's on Your Mind. Sorry, the marketplace with Uchonoche today, this lovely Monday evening. To those of you on Instagram, I want to welcome you. To those on Facebook, welcome. I see two guys on Facebook. Welcome. Instagram, Zoom, and YouTube. I want to welcome all of you today. We are dealing with something very interesting today, which is the fundamentals of successful thinking. Everything rises and falls on the mind. Everything created starts from the mind. Success and failure is in the mind. So if you're not able to navigate through this, I read a book, The Power of Now, and that book is an awesome book. And when I saw this topic, I said, no, I think that I need to share this topic with you guys today, because without the right kind of thinking, you won't be able, without the right kind of thinking, you will not be able to achieve the things that you want to achieve in life. You know, like I said, failure, success and failure rises from your thoughts. From your thoughts. So it's important we understand the fundamentals of successful thinking. See, the simple truth is this, is that control over your consciousness determines the quality of life. How you see, a lot of people are not conscious of the now. They are not conscious of what they do. It's you see people are immersed in their troubles, their worries, day-to-day life, and they are not able to, it's like they are not living. They are pushing from one day to the other, not realizing that they need to be able to control their consciousness, their mind, the way they think, because our consciousness determines the quality of life as well as the ability to reach our full potential. We need our mind. People who have developed these mental disciplines, they make more money, they stretch their abilities more than their peers, they enjoy higher positions at work, higher paycheck, they command respect wherever they are, and because they are able to control their mind. Whatever we desire, it rises from the mind. Success that we want, whatever we want to see in our life, must start with our mind. And we need to be able to control our mind, project it in such a way that it will continuously bring us that success that we think of. Because this is the downside. If you don't develop yourself, your thinking pattern to become effective, what happens is that you cannot control the thoughts. Those who cannot control their thoughts, what they do every day is that they fight inner battles that sabotage their ability to focus, for focused work and clear thoughts. You are just fighting battles every single day. If you're not able to realize that your mind. You are not your mind. Your mind has the power of its own to bring down suggestions. And if the mind is not trained, the mind will major on time-wasting thoughts, time-wasting things, things that come to sabotage your moving forward in life. We waste a lot of time on things that are not important because we don't realize that those thoughts, there's a lot of time-wasting thoughts that come into our life. Those thoughts that tell us we can't do those things. See, it's important that we realize that our success really lies in our hands, is internal, and it has to do with the way we think. If you allow your mind to be clustered or to be infected with all manner of damaging thoughts, what it does is that it damages your earning capacity. Your overall competence is reduced. You know, because why? Because your inner monologue is important for success at work. And if all that you do is fighting these battles, fighting off thoughts, when are you going to get to the point of using your mind for something effective? When are you going to get to the point that you will use your mind? And these are the things that I am trying to let us know, that success and failure is in the mind. Positive mindset is intentional. You need to be intentional about it. You need to be intentional about it. You need to be intentional about your mind, because these are the things that can help you choose success or failure. Okay, so what are the benefits of this what are the benefits of an improved mind? The benefits of improved mind control that I've been talking about. The mind needs to be controlled. It's hard to overstate the value of this mind. Only when we're able to filter out self-defeating thoughts can we begin to realize the benefits of having an improved, here it's controlled mind, but I call it a trained mind. When you are not able to train, when you are not able to control your thoughts to suit your particular goal, it means that your mind is not developed yet. Your mind is not trained. It's just like if you see a child that is not trained, an infant really just running up and down everywhere because it's not trained to sit down, to be in a particular place. It takes a while for you to be able to quieten that child, and kids are always running, and it takes a while to train them to be able to be more quiet and more stable. The same thing happens with the mind. You should be able to learn how to control that mind and to be able to filter out self-defeating thoughts. Most people will sit down by themselves and say, I used to know someone that if the person wants to ask you to maybe follow me somewhere on Saturday, and this is how the person will start. I would like for you to follow me on Saturday, but it's like you don't have chance, Abby. As in, you are the one asking the question, you are the one answering it. It's like you don't have much confidence because maybe something inside of you is telling you this guy might not be chanced, he doesn't have time for you, or he doesn't have time for such a thing. So when you ask those kind of questions and say, when you ask those kind of questions, will you go with me on Saturday? And I know you can't make it, Abby. It means that you already have that defeatist mentality that this person will not be able to go with you. You have to be confident in what you do. You have to be confident to the extent that when you're asking, you should now change it and say, will you go out with me on Saturday? I'm sure you can make out time. You can change it to sound confident, be a confident person, because there's always things in your mind that are trying to tell you, trying to defeat you. Your mind, see, let me tell you, your mind, when they say your mind plays tricks on you, it's not a joke. One day I had to tell my mind, I said, my mind, stop deceiving me. Because until you realize that you and your mind, you are two different things. You are two different people. Anytime I sit down and I have a thought, let me teach you what can help you overcome those thoughts. You just sit down now and you want to do something, thoughts of, if I call this person, will he be able to assist me? You are the one that is bringing up those thoughts. And when those thoughts come, I am just still. I'm not saying anything to those thoughts. I'm just looking at those thoughts. The thought comes and the thought goes. I don't respond to it. I don't dwell on it. I just allow it to do. I just watch it. After watching it for a while, the thought goes. And when the thought goes, by the time you keep doing that and that thought goes, there is a vacuum. And once that vacuum is there, your inner self will pop out to answer that question. The thing, when the mind is not trained, you will not be able to assess the real you. The same thing with emotions. I realize that anytime I want to pray, somebody that annoyed me last week, that thought will come out. Just anything to make you not be able to enter into the flow of the prayer. So now when those thoughts come, I just laugh. I laugh at my emotions. I laugh at my emotions. I laugh at thoughts that try to defeat, that come to defeat. I laugh at those things. And the more you laugh at them, the more they become weaker. And the more the sting that comes, those defeating stings that come to cripple you, the more those things are dead. When I told a friend of mine many years ago, you are different from your thought, he said, how? And by the time I gave him 1 or 2 books to read, he realized that those thoughts are not his thoughts. It's not you. It is not you. And that is the power of a trained mind. A trained mind is a mind that can filter out what the mind is saying. It can filter out what the mind is saying, what your thoughts and emotions are, and who you really are. You see, welcome to, after now you decide to pursue this, have more understanding when it comes to mind, you will realize that you will discover who you are. Most of us are moving around every day, not knowing, not discovering who we truly are. We think that our emotions are us, our thoughts, they are us. No, you are different from your thoughts. You are different from your emotions. And if you understand how to tackle it, you will realize that those emotions, especially anger, I had to deal with anger, and I still deal with anger every day. Why? Because if you are building something, anger and building, they don't go together. Because you can use anger to destroy the work that you're trying to. It's an emotion. If you can have control over yourself. Once you have control over those emotions, and you begin to realize that sometimes we are on an ego trip that nobody sent us. We just have this ego. Nobody sent us, and we just feel that we are this. Sometimes we feel that we are what we are not. And we just feel that people should talk to us in a certain way, do this in a certain way. And we're not really like considering and looking at um, uh, the emotions and the thoughts before us. I marvel at my thoughts sometimes. I will just sit down in the past and I say, wow. So you mean that I was responding to these thoughts that are not me. Wow. Ignorance is a bastard, really. Ignorance should not. Those are saying education is expensive. I hope they can qualify and quantify ignorance. Because what you don't know, you don't know. The man that is more successful than you is a man that knows one or two things that you don't. And I've seen that success is a thing of the mind. Wealth is a thing of the mind. Good health is a thing of the mind. If you can conquer the mind, believe me, there's nothing that you cannot achieve in life. So these are the benefits. Let me just briefly give you some benefits of a controlled mind, or the benefit of a disciplined mind. One is resiliency. Successful thinkers are more likely to transform hopeless solutions into challenges, hopeless solutions into challenges to be overcome. What do I mean by that? Someone that is a successful thinker, someone that, when problems come, an untrained mind will begin to say, why is this happening to me? Why is it always happening to me? Why can't I just have a break in life? Look at my friends, look at my mates, look at my colleagues. Why don't I have those type of break? Why is this people are doing business? Why is it that it's my own business that is just not clicking? Why are things not just clicking for me? This is the sound of an untrained mind. Because a trained mind realizes that this challenge, these things that are coming up in his mind are only there to make him look at the wrong side. It does not take away that there's a challenge or there's a problem. But a trained mind will not sit down and begin to dwell in that pity party. A trained mind, what it will do, will begin to look at that problem as a stepping stone to climb that ladder in the office, a stepping stone to show himself, to show what he's capable of doing, and to sell himself. So an untrained mind who has not taught himself to see problems as ladders will be there whining and say, why is this my lot in life? Be whining instead of seeing problems as ladders, because you have trained your mind. This is one of the benefits of having a trained mind. The second is intuition. Successful thinkers are able to set aside daily distractions and mental clutter and see beyond their own point of view. Because now all those distractions and mental clutter that usually trouble you, you just look at them, you are just looking at them, and you are just seeing them pass by. And your real self, if you try this thing, I'm telling you, you will be surprised. The day I met Uche for the first time, it was one of the exhilarating, exciting moment of my life, when you meet yourself and when you hear yourself talk, you will be amazed. Yourself is there, is been shouting and asking you, this is me, listen to me. But because you allow so much distractions in your life, you are not able to connect with yourself. But if you are able to shut the mouth of all these distractions and mental clutter that come to clutter up the space, you will not be able to discover yourself. And if you're not able to discover yourself, you will not be able to get into that creative flow. And if you're not able to get into that creative flow, you're not able to stand out. The intuition comes from you, not from the clutter that comes from whatever you have watched, what you have said. You see, the problem with these thoughts are magnifying the past. Because when something happens to you, you analyze it and draw inference from the past, not from the future, because you don't know the future yet. So everything that happens to you is interpreted from the things that have happened to you in the past. So that means they are in the past. If they happen, that mistake happened to you in the past, then it means that that thought is flawed. If you now base the future based on the past, you will also have a flawed future. You will also have a flawed future. So why don't you forget about the past? Discover yourself, who will now lead you into the future. Intuition, hunch, all those things. These are the things that what they call it. We call it, as Christians, we call it the Holy Spirit. But now the Holy Spirit is a spirit that speaks to your spirit, because a man is made up of body, spirit, and soul. Most of us know that. So now the Holy Spirit connects with your spirit. That is the real you, because when this body has done its work, this body will be left here on earth. Then your spirit goes back to the maker. At the point of transition, in between these realms, you are conscious. Your spirit will never die. You are conscious. You are conscious of the fact that you are leaving this body. You are conscious. You are ever going to be conscious, and that is when you discover yourself. And that is too late, because that is when people discover themselves and they realize, oh, I had so much potential. That spirit bears witness. His spirit, the spirit of God, bears witness with your spirit that you are his son. When you pray, the Holy Spirit downloads the mind of God to your spirit, but you are not able to hear from your spirit because of this clutter and distractions. The real Uche is the spirit. But how can the spirit speak in the midst of all these distractions? That's why we never come to our full potential, because we cannot connect with the Spirit of God that bears witness with our spirit that we are the sons of God. And if we are the sons of God, then we have the mind of Christ. And if we have the mind of Christ, then just check out the things that we can do. Greater works will we do. So you can imagine that we have the mind of Christ, but we let distractions every day block it out. My intentions is to make you not feel good with yourself this evening, so that you don't even have dinner and realize how much you have wasted time analyzing things. You know, some people like to analyze. Some people, they like to talk. They like to sit down. I went somewhere and there's these people, especially when they are talking about politics, they sit down And one guy likes to talk. He will analyze APC, analyze this, analyze PDP. And I told him, this is not what, I'm not here. You are regurgitating the past, what people did in the past. We are sitting here, we're not bringing out any new thing. We're not churning out any new thing at all. All you are talking about is in the past. The world, we have celebrated those people that came with that ingenuity in the past. Now we are looking forward to something new. You cannot have something new. You cannot have something new if you cannot connect to a higher source who speaks to your real self. Doesn't speak to mind. See, so now you ask me, what is the purpose of mind? The mind is a tool, just like a computer. The mind is not different from a computer. It's just a work tool. So now you have received something by the Spirit. You've received something. Your mind now is what we're going to break it down so that fellow man can comprehend. That is when the mind will begin to come to break down. You put it to work to break down things into small bits. That is the work of the mind. The mind is never supposed, you are not to live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from God. It is once you have received from God, the mind helps you to localize it, so to say. It is not meant to feed you. It is not meant, all those analysis, you are just making those analysis based from the past. If the past has helped us, we won't be complaining. If the past has helped us, we won't be complaining. It's time for us to do something new. We need something new, something else. We need something else. And the thing that is stopping us is this mental daily distractions of things bombarding our mind, and we being under the illusion that we are our mind, but we are not our mind. Okay, let me give you another example, another benefit of having a controlled mind, a disciplined mind. Your learning capacity. Controlled thinking allows one to reflect upon and learn from past successes and failures in a non-judgmental but productive manner. You realize now your mental capacity will become enlarged. You realize now that past failures and successes is just a starting point. It's just a tool. It's just a reference point where you will start to build. You are no longer intimidated by the grammar or by the workings or the speech of people that have done something in the past. You are going to take it and you're going to use it as a launching pad to do something of your own. That is the benefit of having a controlled mind. Okay, now let's look at change in thought, in our thought process as it relates to leadership. Yeah, because we now have to equate it now as it relates to leadership. Managers and aspiring future leaders, recruiters have seen that controlled thinking propels us in our leadership drive. You know, it helps us in our leadership drive because the essence of having a disciplined mind, a controlled mind, is to help us in our path in leadership, in our walk in life. So now let us see how a controlled mind can help us change as it relates to leadership. Okay, what it does is that it allows a person to see a vision and in a clear, compelling manner be able to cascade it down to his subordinates. Having a controlled mind will help a person to successfully and confidently anticipate any upcoming challenges. The people that are good in forecasting are people that are able to take from the past, the present, and be able to make some projections into the future. A controlled mind is a mind that is decluttered, a mind that is not bogged down with all these things in life, is not bogged down with all these thoughts, that can think clearly. And once you can think clearly, you can seize opportunities when the timing is right. Okay, so the time to begin the transformation is now. The time to begin the transformation is now. All changes in the mindset come from the acknowledgement that power to transform your thinking comes from you. I will repeat this before I go into this transformation. For those of you that are just coming, what I've been trying to say is that you are different from your mind. Declutter your mind. These mental distractions that come every day, they are sapping life out of us. They are stopping us from coming to the fullness of who we are. When I discovered myself, I could hear myself and I could hear the things that I want. Your thoughts, the thoughts that flood your mind every single day is not you. It is not you at all. So you need to discover who you are. And I had to break it down and help. This teaching will be on Facebook. For those of you on Instagram, it will be on Facebook. It will also be on Uche Onochie YouTube channel. I think it's something you need to go and listen to again, because it will help you to declutter those things in your mind. So let's begin the transformation, and I will give you some steps that can help you to begin that transformation. And the first one is that you need to take responsibility. The sooner you learn to take responsibility for the choices you make, the thoughts you have, and the attitude you embrace, the sooner you have the life you want. The attitude, the thoughts, and the choices that you make. So now I make a choice every day. I make a choice every day to be able to rise above my emotions. Emotions is where your thought meets your body. Emotions is a reflection of your thoughts on your body. Is a function. Your emotion is a function of your thoughts. It's how your thought is manifested in the physical realm. That is your emotion. So for me to be angry, it means that I have thought about, why will this man not talk to me? Why will this man talk to me in this way? Doesn't he know that I'm Apostle General? Doesn't he know that I am this, I am that? It's your thought that is processing it now. And once that thought comes to the fullness of time or come to its maturity, it now becomes emotion. And you begin to react in that way. Your emotion, you now begin to react. Your body is angry now, which is showing a reflection of your thoughts. And like I said to you, your thoughts and your emotions are not you. So what do? I say it again. When these thoughts come, I do nothing. I just watch the thoughts come and go. I am standing aloof. I am standing by the side and I'm watching that thought of why is the man talking to me like that? Because you can't control that thought. You can't control it. So you can't control it coming and going. We don't have that power, but we have the power to ignore it. So you just look at it. By the time you keep ignoring those thoughts, it will lose power over your mind. And you know what? Anything you don't give oxygen to never survives. Anything that doesn't have oxygen will not survive. So the more you are analyzing your thoughts, you're giving it life. You are injecting blood. And once there's oxygen and blood, there's life. But when you watch those thoughts come and go, you will realize the thoughts that have been giving you headache all this while. You come and realize that the thoughts that have been giving you headache all this while is just a figment of your imagination. Just a figment of your imagination. It comes and it goes. It's fickle. It comes and it goes. And if you can deal with the thought, the emotion becomes easier. The same thing happens to emotion, to hurt. Someone stabbed you in the back, and all those emotions are things. When I'm angry, I watch that anger, that emotion of anger that is trying to justify itself in my life. I am watching that emotion and I'm watching it come and go. Do you know that within the next 2-3 minutes, I am not remembering the thought or the emotions? I am, because I don't have that time I don't have that time. I'm taking responsibility to do something about my thoughts. So, and you know what? By the time you take time to do something about your thoughts, those thoughts will no longer have an effect on you whatsoever. So another step you need to take is to invest yourself in whatever you are doing. To take charge of your mind, you have to invest yourself in whatever you're doing. What do I mean? Very often, feelings of boredom, being overwhelmed, allowing negative thoughts to filter into our consciousness will make a person detached from daily work that they're doing. You are overburdened. Why am I being used in such a way? They're not even paying me this much. And when those thoughts begin to come, what you don't know is that you are detaching yourself from that work. And once the individual detaches themselves, they leave themselves open to thoughts that are now become counterproductive. Those thoughts become counterproductive. So you need to nib it in the bud. When those thoughts of boredom, being overwhelmed, yes, we can burn out, but take a time off. That's why people go on leave, go on vacation. Take a time out, regroup, and come back. Those negative thoughts, you see this mind. What this mind does is to keep you in a place, keep you at the same level, complaining about the same thing. And guess what? Also praying for elevation. But God has given you all that pertains to life and godliness. But you are there. And the Bible is still telling you this thing is in his own way. Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it proceed the issues of life. Guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it proceeds the issues of life. The Bible said so. And the world is telling you to declutter your mind and manage your emotions. It looks as if there are two things that are big. It doesn't take you more than 5 minutes. And we practice every day. In 21 days, you already have a positive habit. You already have a positive habit. So now when those thoughts come to you, is either you take a break. If you can't take a break, begin to take pride in each and everything that you do. Begin to cultivate a mindset that is conducive for success. See, the only way to deal with the mind is to confess the opposite of what you're feeling. By the time you keep confessing the opposite of what you're feeling, what it means is that you are reprogramming your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is the vehicle that brings things to you, it brings things into manifestation in the physical realm, the things that need to happen to you. Another day, another time, I've explained this subconscious mind quite a bit. So what it does is that if you keep saying the opposite of what you feel, you are reprogramming your mind. And by the time you keep reprogramming your mind, energy begins to come, because you need to invest yourself in what you do. If not, that you will begin to now see negative things in what you do. Let me tell you, it depends on the side of the lens that you're using. If you're using the lens from the wrong side, everything will be wrong. Everything you see will be wrong. There will be a problem in everything that you see. So you are better view it from the positive side and remain positive in all you do. If not, you will begin to lose steam, and you become detached, and this whole thought become counterproductive in itself. Okay, another way, another point I want to bring out here is dream one size bigger all the time. Push yourself to dream more expansively, to imagine your organization, your business as one size bigger, to make your professional goals at least one step beyond what makes you comfortable. Your mental prowess will be forced to grow. See, don't settle for anything small. Our God is a big God. We serve a big God. Let your dreams be big. If your dreams are not bigger than you, then it means that your dreams are small. If your dreams are things that you can acquire by yourself, accomplish by yourself, then your dreams are small. But if your dreams, you know that go to your village, go to your whole clan, bring all of them, all of you put together cannot birth that dream, then you know that, yeah, this is a God-given dream. See, life, like here in Nigeria, they say life is one chance. You have one chance. What it means is that you have one chance to live this life. So make the best out of it. Make the best. There's also a saying here: if you have to eat, is bad enough that you have to eat toad. It's bad enough you have to eat toad. But if you have to eat toad, they say please eat the ones that have eggs inside, so that at least it will be worth it. It's a saying. I don't know how true it is, but it's just a saying we have here eat a toad that has eggs so that it is worth it. What they're just trying to do is that it is worth it. Life is you have just one opportunity at life. You're not coming back this way again. You're not coming back, because after death is a portion for man to die, and the next is judgment. You're not coming back this way again. So why don't you make the best use of it? And guess what? You will never know how much you can achieve until you stretch yourself. You never know. They say here also, man dies but once. So you never know. Stretch yourself and see God move mountains through you, and see God and see the hand of God help you to create things that generations to come will call you blessed. Dream one size bigger all the time. Okay? Another point I want to leave with you is learn continuity. Never be satisfied with what you already know. Never. Always keep learning. Learn continually. Learn continually. Never give up. When you stop learning, you have stopped growing. Continue to grow. Consistently meet new people. Meet new people, learn a new skill, read a new book, engage with others who can do things you cannot do. I thought I have read everything that has to do with the mind. I just met someone. I didn't even know that the person reads. We were just chatting. He came from a different angle and gave me a book I didn't know about. And this book simplified some of the things that the issues I'm having with the other books. He explained it. Just meeting somebody new just helped me also along the way. Meet someone new, introduce you to someone new business lines are coming up, product line, new opportunities, new things are coming. Learn continually. It will help you. Okay, so another thing I need to, as I'm winding down now, is to practice repetition and dedication. You need to practice repetition and dedication. It is not enough to know how to cultivate a successful frame of mind. No. Knowledge is of little benefit without the discipline and unrelenting desire to implement that knowledge. There must be a desire to repeat the things that you learn, to be dedicated to the things that you know. It is the things that you apply that make sense in your life, not the things that you know. Some people just pride themselves in acquiring knowledge and more knowledge, and they are not applying that knowledge. If you don't apply that knowledge, then it's of no use. You need to apply yourself. Okay, so in summary, I've come to the end of my presentation. In summary, what I will say, the truth is that the human mind has enormous untapped potential. In order to achieve our goals, it is imperative to learn how to tap into these new reserves and leverage them in order to have a better career and more fulfilling personal experiences. Okay, so realize that success and failure is in the mind. Everything you want, you can have. God has given us all that pertains to life and godliness. But he said to us, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it proceeds the issues of life. Guard your heart. Declutter your mind. This is a major issue with mankind. who think that the things, their thoughts and them are the same. Your thought, you and your thought are not the same. You and your emotions are not the same. You can actually rise above them. And it is when you do that, you are able to find yourself and get into a flow that you become productive. So this is what I leave you with. Go back. You can get this teaching on Facebook, my Facebook account. You can get it on IGTV also. You can get it on YouTube channel. So I'm probably next week talk about something else that have to do with the mind. Thank you guys for showing up here today. This is the marketplace with Uche Onochie. This is where I deal with the issues Marketplace Apostle deals with. There are 5 areas of interest we have here: business, career, leadership, personal finance, and relationships. These are the topics we discuss. We have been on leadership for a while, and this is where I come up with my leadership teachings. Is every Monday, 5 p.m. West African time. You will always meet me here. Yeah, Sonny Mbonu, good to have you here this evening. Looking forward to seeing you on Monday. So this is where we discuss all the 5 things, the 5 major areas of Marketplace Apostles. And it's interesting, we're dealing on leadership. I hope to see you on Monday. But this is it. I don't take questions on Mondays, but I take questions on Wednesday. So this is what you can do. Just send me a question to my DM, any of my DM, if it's on Uche Onochie Marketplace or Making Nigeria. Just send me a question. On Wednesday, 4 p.m. Nigerian time, I will come. West African time, I will come and answer those questions. I look forward to having your questions. And if you have any other person that has a question, please invite them on Wednesday, 4 p.m. West African time with their questions. I'll be glad. It's my mentoring session, and it's a free session that I give out. So hope to see you on Wednesday. Some people say to me, Uche, I need more of your time. Even though I'm willing to pay for it, I need more of your time. Counsel me. This is what, coach me. This is what I want to become within a specific amount of time. This is what I want to be. Yes, I can coach you to greatness. I've coached a lot of people around the globe to greatness. I can do the same for you. If you want that, you reach out to me in my DM. I'll be able to get across to you, and we can discuss how that can work. Okay, so also, yeah, so basically that is the information that I want to give to you. I look forward to see you guys on Wednesday. Wednesday is What's on Your Mind Wednesday live with Uche Onochie. I will be here on Wednesday by 4 p.m. Just do me a favor. These are free coaching and mentoring sessions. All I just need from you is to just invite someone here on Wednesday and next Monday. Just help us invite someone. This is all I ask of you. Thank you guys for showing up today. God bless you and have a good night rest.